Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon.
And I am a rail enthusiast who loves going up and down the country, riding on the trains, filming and taking photos of them as well. These videos of my railway journeys can differ sometimes as they can go to plan or will go bad.
Welcome to Simon Trains Railway Journeys. Today, I'm on the Trent Valley line. Behind me is Atherstone Railway Station. Now, today we're visiting two stations on this route. One, just because I wanted to capture something which is a detour from this video, and the other one is this station, we're having a diverted morning at Tamworth, and of course, Atherstone. Now, the reason I've come to Atherstone is to film Virgin Trains one last time. Which in this blog that I'm doing, you actually do see a Virgin Trains in its old livery. All the rest of it, the flowing silk and the plain white Casperlino livery. But in order to get to Atherstone and to Tamworth, of course, we need to catch a train from Rugeley Town station. So we're going to start at Rugeley Town, which will feature me talking as I wait for my train, or does the train decide I don't want to wait for you. It's a cold winter's morning at Rugeley Town station, but the good thing is though, and it's also the bad thing as well, which I'll explain later on in the blog, the sun's coming up. So we're going to be catching the 0838 to Rugeley Trent Valley. And then at Rugeley Trent Valley, which actually the 0838 is just arriving now, at Rugeley Trent Valley we're catching the 0846 to Tamworth, because we're going to take a detour at Tamworth to get something and then go on to Atherstone. So I'm going to board this train now, that's just arriving.
Services throughout the East Midlands and also for destinations in the northeast of England. Change at Nuneaton for services to Leicester.
Because of industrial action by members of our own trade, there will be no London Northwestern Railway service from this station on Saturdays and we ask our customers to care.
I'm now at Tamworth. Now the reason why I'm at Tamworth is because I've took this detour because about 10:21 there's a class 31 move that's going through here from Burton-on-Wetmore to Eastleigh. Now as this Pendolinos coming in to pick up passengers at Tamworth, there's another reason why I'm going to Atherstone today, and it's kind of the farewell video to Virgin Trains. Because once this video is up on the 8th of December, Virgin Trains will be no more. It will be a Vanti West Coast. So this is the reason why I'm going to Atherstone to film Virgin Train, Pendolinos and Super Voyagers passing through this station. Because to be honest, I've actually grew up with Virgin Trains since I was younger. It's a sad sight to see them go, but times are changing. That's the sad part about it. So I'm going to fill this Pendolino leaving, and then we're going to hold some time up so I can get this Class 31 fly through Tamworth. I'm still at Tamworth. Now surprisingly, we got a few movements through here that weren't expected. A good example is the Transport for Wales Class 170 diesel multiple unit, which was a former Greater Anglia Class 170 diesel multiple unit, which was 170-272. Now that's gone to Barton Needlewood, but soon will be operating services for Transport for Wales in the Cardiff area. Mainly they'll be doing the Mystegs to Cheltenham Spa and the Evervale Town to Cardiff Central, which they should be operating pretty soon. We also got the Class 31 fly through here, 31128, which disappointed to see one coach with it, but you'd rather see it with one coach than see it with no coaches, or that service being cancelled. Now behind me is the next train, which is the 1119 to London Euston, which I'll be going to Atherstone. Now I'm holding off Atherstone till now because if I went to Atherstone right now, if we just turn it around for a second, let's say this is Atherstone but it's not really, the southern end of the West Coast Main Line, the sun would be literally over it. So basically it'd be like when I went to Northampton this year, the sun would be over the tracks, which would be horrible to film. So the sun will be out the way when I get to Atherstone. So like I said, we're waiting for this train to Atherstone, get a few movements through here before I move on to my next location.
expected. More information about the services that will be running on affected days can be found at lnr.uk/industrial action.
I'm now at Atherstone Station. Now this station is unique in its own way because this station does have any more train operating companies stopping here apart from London Northwestern Railway. If you go to Rugby, Nuneaton, Tamworth, Lichfield, Rugeley and Stafford, they've all got trains that you can connect on two different lines. But this station has none of that. It's only an hourly service operated by London Northwestern Railway. Now I do tell a lot of that one because there is another unique station just up the line that way, which is Polesworth, but that only gets one train a day. So that's unique in its own way. But Atherstone's unique in its own way because it's the only station that has hourly service on the Trent Valley line. Now the history of Atherstone Station is that, well, first of all, it's 102 miles from London Euston. It opened in 1847 by the London Northwestern Railway, not these operators today, by the older ones in the 1800s with the steam locos. Now the station was designed by John William Liverck, and the building behind me there is a Grade 2 listed building, but it's no longer used for railway purposes. It's actually a vet's next door. Now, in 1860 here, there was a train crash that killed 10 people. Now, the other reason why I'm here at Atherstone is because of Virgin Trains. Because this will be the last trains that I'll be filming with Virgin Trains in it. Because after this weekend, there'll no longer be Virgin Trains. There'll be Avanti West Coast, which is run by the first group and Trenitalia. Yeah, Trenitalia. So, we're going to be getting some 390s passing through here with some Voyagers as well. Now, I do have fond memories of this Virgin Trains. Dates back to when the franchise started, when they ran Virgin Cross Country with the 47s and the HSTs, and also the West Coast with the 86s, the 87s, and the 90s. Now, I did see a Pendolino for the first time at Stafford in the early 2000s, which was 390-010, which wasn't a Cumbrian Spirit at the time. It was renamed something else. I think it was renamed the Commonwealth of Manchester or the Manchester Commonwealth Games or something like that. But anyway, I've done enough talking now. The next scenes we're going to be seeing trains passing through this station before I leave Atherstone and head back to Rugeley. still at Atherstone. Now the plan was to leave at 1 o'clock to head back to Rugeley. Now when I got to Rugeley, there was actually a movement that was planned to catch, which I only found out this morning, which is a London Overground move from Crewe LWR depot to Old Dalby, which is apparently 710 110 or 107. I can't remember, it's a class 710/1, but it's got 237s where it's going to be top and tailed. Now the problem is, even though I had 10 minutes here, I could get it here still, but with 5 minutes to spare before the 14:05 arrives, which is what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and risk it. But the other reason is because about just after 1 o'clock, which basically I would see this if I pass on the train, and there's no way else to get it unless if I have another hour here, which I'm going to plan to do, is that 390 157's coming down from Glasgow on 1M10. Now 390 157 Chad Varah is the last Pendolino to be in the old Virgin livery. Apparently there's rumours that 155 156 are being done up for the Avanti West Coast thing, but they were thinking they were debranded, but 157's still in the old Virgin Trades livery, so we're going to try and get that fly through here. So that's why I'm going to stay an extra hour at Atherstone. It was nice to see 390 157 in the old Virgin Trades livery. That was the livery that I grew up with from the early 2000s. So roughly 15 to 20 years on, it's still nice to see that old livery, because most of them are either the flowing silk livery or just plain white, the Casperlino livery. Soon though we're going to have the Avanti West Coast on here, which the livery actually I do like. Because when this blog actually goes up on the 8th of December, Virgin Trades will cease operations on the 7th. Now, we're still at Atherstone Station. We're going to be leaving on the 14:06, but it is actually running 7 minutes late. And I'm actually grateful that it's actually running late for once. Not like effing and blinding about it. Because at 14:08, the 710 drag is through here, which is running a bit late. It should be here at 2 o'clock, but it's running about 10 or 11 minutes late, and it's actually scheduled here at 14:08, which is top and tail 37s with the 710. Now also at Atherstone Station, I do like their announcements because they go ping ping and then they announce something. We don't get that usually. But surprisingly, this station also, between 2017 and 2018 with the Office of Rail and Road Stats, had 148,998 passengers. So there's a lot of passengers that use this station. Anyway, we're going to see if we can get this 710 drag and then get my train back to Rugeley. Sadly, I had to sacrifice the 1406 just to get that 710 drag. And to be honest, it was a bad idea to go on that platform, because I only went on that platform because I thought I would be bold on this platform since it was an 8-coach train. Turns out I left and they came afterwards, so didn't really plan that one through, but it didn't help with people in the way as well. Unfortunately, it couldn't be helped, but it's one of those things. So we'll definitely be catching the 1500 back to Rugeley Trent Valley. Definitely. I'm not waiting here any longer, so anything else that comes through, tough. I'm going at 1500. So just going to wait around now for the next train back.
There it goes.
I'm back at Rugeley Trent Valley. Now, to summarise today up, it has really been a good day. Went over to Tamworth. We got some movements at Tamworth, which were unexpected, to be honest, like the Transport for Wales Class 170 DMU. I wasn't planning to get that today, but that was a short-term plan. So that was nice to see. They're being serviced soon in Wales. And we also got the Class 31, which was the plan to go to Tamworth before Atherstone, which was 31128, which went from Burton Wetmoors to Eastleigh. Then we moved over to Atherstone, and I was planning an hour and a half at Atherstone, but it ended up being 3.5 hours at Atherstone, because the stuff I wanted to get was at awkward timings. I wanted to get 39157, but that was due at 1:10 and my train out there would be 1 o'clock. So I waited another hour for that, which was nice to see in the old Virgin Trains livery, because that's the livery I grew up with. I'm just going to stop for a second because I know a Pendolino is about to show up. So, there we go. It's nice to see a Virgin Trains in its old livery, because the liveries at the moment is the Flowing Silk or that Casperlino livery. So it was nice to see that. But then the 7:10 drag was cutting it fine with the next train, which was really late. So I ended up missing the next train just to catch that 7:10 drag. So left at 3 o'clock to be back here about 3. So, other than that, like I said, been a good day. And I'm going to end this now with 2 more shots, which were my train arriving and my train departing at the Rugeley stations. Before I say my social media accounts, I just want to say it's been a pleasure watching Virgin Trains as I grew up. From the franchise started in about 96, 97 with the locomotives and the Mark II and 3 coaches, to the Pendolinos and the Super Voyagers. It's been a privilege to be on Virgin Trains. It's a privilege to watch them pass through. It's been some memorable moments with Virgin Trains, to be honest, and it is sad to see them go, but hopefully the first Trenitalia group does good as Virgin Trains, unlike London Northwestern Railway, London Midland, because when they came on the scene they were good at first, and then after the main timetable it just went all downhill. So thanks for watching this blog. You can subscribe to me at Simon Trains Facebook YouTube page, or it's Simon Trains YouTube FB page, sorry, and Twitter and Instagram at Simon Trains. I'll be back with another blog very soon, and I'll see you on the next one.
This year is the Frankfurt Christmas Market's 20th visit to Birmingham. As the largest authentic Christmas market outside of Germany and Austria, plan ahead and think about starting your visit a bit earlier or heading home before everyone else is. You can plan your journey at wmr.uk/plan.